Hi, it's Claire from Couture, and today we're going to be focusing on colour changing in crochet. And there's two different ways to colour change. So one is, for example, here, if you have a look at the nose, this is where you start with one colour and you work round and round and round, and then at a point you add another colour. And if you want to learn how to do that, I've got a video on how to do it, so I'll put the link down below. What we're going to focus on today is, if you look here, this is our Florence the Red Panda in our Mabel book, and as you can see here, on this row here we go from cinnamon to brown, and then if you can see here we go back to cinnamon. So in this scenario we are carrying the colours around and we're working with them row after row, and that's what I'm going to show you how to do today. So let's get going. So at a point in the pattern, when it tells you to add a new colour, generally on the stitch before you will go to double crochet, but then instead of finishing the double crochet with a yarn over and completing the stitch, it's at this point that you will add your new colour. So we'll just pull that through now. And the reason that we do this is because if you look, this cream stitch will actually form part of this cream loop will form part of the next stitch, and so if you were to complete the previous stitch in mink, it would make your pattern look odd. So we've added our new colour, and now we want to crochet with that new colour, but we want to carry this mink yarn around here because we're going to be using it again. So let me show you how to do that. So with your new colour, let's go as if we're going to double crochet, and excuse the noise, that is my dog Lottie who likes to be here when I'm doing my videos, so we just have to make allowances. So go as if you're going to double crochet, but make sure that your mink yarn that you're wanting to carry round is also over your hook. Can you see? And then just double crochet over that colour. Let me show you again, because I'm going to do 15 of these before I start with the mink again. So let me show you again. I've got the mink yarn that I'm carrying around, and I'm just sitting that just below the stitch that I'm crocheting into. I'm going to put my hook through, and you can see the mink yarn there. And we're going to complete the double crochet with the cream. So do another one, and then I'll show you what it looks like on the back. So we put our hook through, and the yarn we're carrying round is just sitting gently on top of the hook, and we complete our double crochet stitch like so. You can see? So let me show you what this looks like at the back. So we're carrying our mink round. You can see that the mink that was here that we were crocheting with is now just in front of the position where we are crocheting. It's here. And we just continue like that to a point where it says to change to back to this colour. So, and I'll show you how to change back as well. So I'm going to do another, how many have I done so far? I've done 4 so far, so I'll do another 9 stitches like this, and then I'm going to change back to the cream. To the mink, should I say. We're now at a point where we want to move to the mink. So if you remembered my little tip about the new stitch has to have the colour on the top here. So in fact, if it was stitch number 15 that we were wanting to start the new colour at, as in we were wanting to go into the new colour on stitch number 16, if you remember, we would actually complete the stitch in the new colour. So we'd drop the cream, we'd pick up the mink, and we would complete the stitch in the mink colour. And then if we have a look around this now, because this may be useful for you to sort of grasp it, is if we count it, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now that is 15 stitches, and when you look at it, that would be 15 stitches in the cream, because where I've done the last yarn over with the mink, that actually is supporting the next stitch that we're going to do. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to carry on with the mink, but I'm going to carry the cream around back to this position where we started, and then I'm going to pick up the cream again, just to sort of show you a whole round and how it would work. Okay, so we've got our hook through. We just pop the cream over the top of the hook like we did previously, and we just complete our stitch in the mink. I'll just unravel a little more yarn. There we go. Let's get going. So, like I said, I'll show you a few of these, and then I'll move and go around back to the cream. So we've got our cream, we put our hook through, we just lay the cream over our hook, and we complete the stitch in the mink colour, and we continue doing that all the way around. And I will show you what it looks like shortly. On the back, I'll just get a few more stitches completed. Don't forget, if you're watching this video, I am using UK terminology, and double crochet in the US will be single crochet. I may do a video just on that, because it does challenge you when you're first starting out. Okay, so I'm a few stitches before getting back around to the cream, but let's just have a look what this looks like on the back. So you can see that I've been carrying the cream around the back, and this is what it looks like. Now, sometimes these stitches, the tension, can you see it's a bit bobbled there? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull on the yarn just to pull it through, because that's just how I crochet. And you can just pull some of that out and just move it back. And that's what it looks like when you've carried the yarn around. So it's barely noticeable, really, even though you're using another colour. Now I'm going to show you how to return back to the cream. So let's keep going until we're a stitch before where we actually want the colour change. Can you hear Lottie snoring? She's 11 years old now, bless her, so it's cute. So this is the stitch before we want to move back to the cream. So if you remember, we actually don't want to complete it in the mink. We want to move back to the cream. So we do our last yarn over in the cream, like that. And then if you were wanting to continue round and do another half of cream, then all you do is put your hook through, put the mink over, like that, and then continue crocheting in the cream. You're starting to get this now, aren't you? If you like this video, please do follow us. We try really hard to create amazing content, and I look forward to seeing you again.